We can just start. We can just start now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey guys, welcome back to the third episode of the Untold Gems Podcast. Thank you for watching and subscribing. I'm Chris with my co-hosts Sasha and Charl, and we've got a few topics to talk about today as usual. So, how was your week, guys? First of all,
It was good. It's so hot in Montreal right now. I'm loving it. How about you guys?
um, this morning, obviously, I had to do a couple of things. I go and I pick my aunt up from my cousin's house. I bring her here, and then I get a call from my dad. He's in fucking Mascouche. And he's
Oh
like,
no.
you guys remember the McDonald's we went to once
Yeah,
with Raj? I was there today.
at the McD.
Yeah, I was like in that area. I had to drive from Laval to
Oh
Montreal
no.
to get something, like to get a briefcase from a house to bring it to him in Mascouche. And then that's why I had to push back the podcast a bit.
Dedication.
Yeah.
Damn,
But it's
that's where it all started.
But
Facts,
it's like you,
facts.
Sasha. Like when you don't have a job, like my parents just think I'm doing nothing. Like
Same.
they think I have nothing to do, so they're just like, okay, do this for me, do this for me, do this for me.
Yo, but legit, it's so funny you bring that up because I think as soon as we do something, it's either on our phone or on our computers. My parents just think I'm like chilling. I'm like, I got
Me too.
I'm like so behind on what I have to do, and then like randomly like, oh, you go do this, go do that. I'm like, fam,
Yeah.
I'm legit busy.
They think
So
you have nothing to do.
Because they like it's just because you don't have a set hour when you're doing it. So they think
Yeah.
they think you can always push it back. And it's not their fault. They're not doing it on purpose. They just don't think that we're actually working, because it's just it's like not normal, like it's not what they're used to. So yeah.
no, that weird. Then I can be like, oh, why you sleep so late? Like, no shit, I'm doing it the day.
So we wanted to talk about the crypto market right now,
Mhm.
and even just the stock market as well. Like
It's so bad.
Yeah, everything is plummeting right now. And Charles, you said like it's gonna be even worse a bit.
Yeah, because I think that people are so overreacting, and it's like, okay, like if you were investing when Donald Trump was president, like in 2018, there was a trade agreement between Canada, Mexico, the US, and China, and the whole market was down, bear market. So bear market is when the market goes below 20%
Yeah.
from its previous high. We were at a bear market, and legit from September all the way to next October, the market was red. There wasn't like my preferred that year was it ended up being negative 9%.
Oh no.
Damn.
Right now I'm at minus year to date minus 25%, and that's because a lot of my stocks are heavily into like fintech, the Nasdaq. Like most of my portfolio was like Nasdaq heavy, so I'm bleeding, but never once did I sell a position. And I think people are too quick to be able to sell their best position just because they want either quick money or they don't realize what they're doing.
Yeah, everyone always sells like so much. It's crazy. Every time I talk to somebody about like when stocks start going down, everyone just starts selling them like crazy. It's so stupid.
Yeah, I'm talking to a few of my friends. They're telling me like, I told you should have sold.
Yeah.
It depends what you're investing in, because it's
Yeah, that's true.
They might
That's
not
true.
be wrong, but their strategy is different. If you're short, like trading and like trading on a day-to-day, then I get it. You might be like buying and selling more frequently. But me, I'm like trying to buy as much Ethereum as possible right now.
But there you go. Because what I tell people is that trade the right now, invest in the 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
If you're able to invest on what Apple's going to do 5 years from now, if you're able to invest on what Amazon's going to do 5 years from now, go for it. Because there's no reason why Amazon should be that low. No reason. Is it true that their sales are going down? Yes, people are going to make less money. They're going to have less to buy things online. But just on Amazon Web Services alone should justify them being a higher price. So I tell people, like Chris said, if you're able to make money while the market is going down, but using that money to roll it over to long-term assets, then you should be freaking out. I just think people are like, yo, I'm never investing in the stock market. I'm never touching crypto. And then those are the same people that 6 months ago, they're like, oh, yo, bro. Crypto this, crypto that. And it's like, you really have to do your research. If you got into a company like Neo, for example, that a year ago, everybody's like, oh, Neo this, next Tesla, nothing that
Neo.
It wasn't a good time to make quick money at that time, but people were selling you that the fact it was going to be the next Tesla when you could invest in Tesla been okay also.
Yeah, be safe. Yeah. I wish I could remember who said this, but I heard someone like say the longer a time frame is on a stock, the easier it is to say what's going to happen to the stock. So like if you tell me what's going to happen to Amazon's price tomorrow, I wouldn't be able to tell you like if it's going to be up or down. Like it's basically you flip a coin because you don't really know what's going to happen tomorrow. But if you say like, okay, what's going to happen in 1 year to Amazon stock, it's easier to say what's going to happen. And like imagine then pushing it to 5 years or 10 years. It's like, yeah, Amazon's price is going to be higher than it is today for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just believe in long-term investing way more than short-term.
Yeah, me too. Short-term is too scary for me. Like I can't handle that.
It's like a job. Like you have to actually be on it every day.
Yeah, you have to pay attention. Like, yeah, I can't. I just don't have the time for it. Like I just don't.
But exactly. And I tell people who want to be lazy investors, the best thing you could do, index funds. You don't have to worry about what price you have to get, etc. Everything is correlated. And I tell people, even though index funds are going down, there's ways to make money the other way. There's something called like an inverted ETF or inverted index fund. So, as an example, let's say the S&P is down 5%. If you buy inverted S&P, it'll be up 5% too. So that's a great way for you to like hedge your bets, so you don't lose too much, but you're also able to invest some of the profits because.
Wait, it's called inverted ETF?
Yeah, inverted ETF or inverted.
Oh, I never heard of it.
Yeah, so it basically, no, it does.
Yeah,
that's the whole point.
Wait, can you explain again?
Yeah, so exactly, it mirrors the opposite of what the Nasdaq, the Dow Jones does. So every time you get a notification that says, "Oh, your Nasdaq 2%," you'll go on your phone, you look up this one that says SDow. That's the inverted Dow Jones. It'll basically do the opposite of what the Dow Jones is doing. So if the Dow Jones is down maybe 4%, it might be up 4%. So essentially, if you bought the Dow Jones and you're down 4%, you're basically at zero. So you didn't lose technically any money.
Yeah,
so that's a good way to balance out your portfolio during this time, and then you use the money you make from shorting, we'll say, the index fund into buying more index funds for the present, so.
But wait, if you have both, then you're always canceling yourself out, or no?
Yeah, but you only buy for 3 days. That's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the tail. Because for example, if you hold it too long, like Chris said, you cancel yourself out. But if the market picks back up, then you end up losing money. So I tell people, look at what the market is doing for that day. Don't hold it more for 3 or 4 days, and then you sell it, because the market is quick to pick up for like 1 day when the market's bad, and then they'll go back to what it normally does for the time being.
I think the reason people don't like fuck with ETFs is because everyone's trying to get rich now. Like, and you can't do that with ETFs. ETFs mainly, it's like it's a safe investment. There's no like volatility. So like you can't get rich. It's like a long-term game with ETFs, I think.
You see, and then shout out to Warren Buffett. He's the one that says nobody wants to get rich slow. If you tell people, if I told you there was a 1% probability of losing your money after 20 years investing, would you do it? Most people would say yes, but most people don't have the patience to wait 20 years to see the money grow.
Yeah.
No, and it's like, I'm down maybe 25% for the year. Over the last 5 years, I'm up 70%.
Yeah, so then it's fine. Yeah,
it's relative. If you look at my chart, it's just a small dent into what it's going to be. So it's like some stocks. I don't look at my portfolio every day like I used to when the market is green. Like sometimes it's not healthy to look at your portfolio. I call it like looking at the X profile after you guys break up is just not healthy. But if you're not buying, don't look at your portfolio, because it's not gonna do you any good knowing that you're going to lose money. But this is the time where people get rich, and this is the time where 10 years from now, you're going to be like, shit, I missed out on an opportunity to make serious money.
Yeah, I'm just like, I need more capital to invest more money like right now. Oh, it's crazy.
But that's the thing. We need like free cash for when these things happen.
Yeah, you have to always have it like sitting and ready. Oh, it's so hard to plan out because you never know like exactly when it's going to happen.
And like Chris said, cash reserves, I think that's one of the things I have to work on 2022, because
me too.
We have so many different things going on at the same time that everything needs attention. But sometimes you just need like I don't call it an emergency fund because I don't believe in that, but you need like a break the glass situation like we had in COVID. We're having it right now. We'll have it in 2024. So right now I'm stacking my money for 2024 because I know it's gonna be a big crash and it's gonna be a lot of money that can be made long term also.
Why 2024? Tell us.
Because essentially the way it works is that now people are reacting because interest rates are going up. But in economics, what they teach you is that interest rates will go up, but they don't have an impact in the economy right away. So essentially, you'll only see the impacts of the interest rates going up a year from now,
a bit
6 months
later,
from now, etc. Because essentially what happens is that for people who don't know, the government increases interest rates because they want spending to reduce. So if things cost more to borrow a house, a boat, if your grocery also increases as well, people tend to spend more on like luxury goods or expensive goods. So you won't go take that vacation, you won't go take that new loan for a car, etc., because it's gonna cost you too much. So essentially people will just hoard the cash and then the economy just slowly bounces out. It might not go back to what it was before, but prices won't be jumping up and down the way they do right now. So essentially prices level out. And then because prices are balanced out, people aren't spending. So what happens afterwards is that when the reports come out that people aren't spending, people are going to be like, the economy isn't going to do as good as expected. People are going to freak out again. And then the market goes down afterwards. So that's exactly what's going to happen. And then once the market crashes, the government's going to be, okay, well, we need people to spend. So now decrease interest rates. Banks are going to give out loans. And then afterwards, we just pick up afterwards. But you'll notice a lot of people are going to be pre-approved for credit cards. A lot of people are going to be pre-approved for line of credits because that's the way that it's going to force people to spend even though interest
Yeah,
rate
that's crazy.
It's going to be insane. So
oh God. So we have a lot headed our way.
Yeah.
I should have listened more in economics class because
but that's my major. So for me, I had no choices.
Yeah.
It's really to a point where we have policies in place that they just do. If you look at history over time, it does the same thing every 100 years.
Yeah,
The market does the same thing every 10 years.
Yeah.
So now there's a book I read from Diallo. So essentially tells you that every great dynasty had a falling out. So we had the Romans, we had the Egyptians, we had the US, and now we could potentially change dynasty for it to be the Chinese in 2030 or whenever. So now you're seeing the impacts of trash US companies losing the market value. That's why I tell people, if you're not buying Microsoft, Apple, Visa, companies are so big that they have to be used in every country, you're not that you make yourself a disservice, but it's going to be harder for you to see that growth when the whole world slows down also.
What do you guys think about Bitcoin? Like it's going down and down and down. I keep seeing people saying like stop buying Bitcoin and like freaking out.
Yeah, but people, I posted something like, if you didn't have a plan in place, you weren't prepared. Like I knew in February that Bitcoin could have gone to 30,000, you know? But,
it's at like 28K or something.
Yeah, you know, but these are the times like I tell people, if you're going to go, I like things on sale. I'm that dude. I like things on sale.
Facts.
I'm that dude that goes low to high. So if I know that I like things being cheap, why would I buy at the top of the market?
Yeah.
I'll wait for that 50%. I'll wait for clearance. And then I might wait for goodwill. And right now, Bitcoin's like a goodwill. You know?
Literally.
Right now, if I was stacking my money from beginning of the year till now, this is the time I'll be buying.
Yeah.
But a lot of people buy here expecting that I go here. And then now you complain because it's down here. So I tell people there's easy ways for you to mark off where to buy crypto. And if you look at it's something called the moving average. So the moving average is something called the 52 moving average. Basically is the rate at which it goes out for a full year complete. So essentially, if you just put a price target or a pending order saying, I'm going to buy crypto at this price point, I'll buy it for you. Maybe it's not exact, maybe it's not the exact science, but it's a better way of you buying the asset rather than at full price and then afterwards you're freaking out. Because I compare crypto to like insurance. I don't like it, but I need it. You know, so it's it's the time you need it. And I know a lot of people are freaking out, but look, Cardano's at what, 50 cents?
Yeah.
I'm still buying. So.
Bro, if you don't know too much about crypto, just play it safe and just buy only Bitcoin and Ethereum. Like, don't listen to anyone who's telling you to buy the other ones. Like, just if you want to be safe and in an unsafe market, just do Bitcoin and Ethereum. Like, don't overcomplicate things. Don't listen to your friend who's going to be like, oh, there's this one stock that's going to go. Like, just don't do that.
Because a lot of the people that were saying Dogecoin, I don't hear them anymore.
Yeah, oh my god. Someone told me they're like, you should get Dogecoin now. And I bought it. I think it was like 70 cents or something, which is so stupid because then it literally dropped down to like 20 cents.
Yeah.
That was the biggest mistake I've ever made. Like, I haven't made any mistakes that lost me. Like, I mean, I think I put like $200, which was like nothing, but like it was a big mistake. Like it was the stupidest thing I've ever done in terms of investing. So yeah, definitely don't listen to those people, especially when they because I mean, it's my fault for listening to them, but like I had bought it at its like high point, because one of my friends, she was like, oh my god, I made like this much money from buying it. And I was like, holy shit, I need to get on this, and it was the stupidest thing, because I know so many people that they're like, oh, I started investing and stuff, and they're using Wealthsimple, and like they're like, oh, but my account is down. And then I look at their account and I'm like, when did you buy Tesla, for example? And they bought Tesla when it was like $900 or something. But like, I don't know, it's just like they bought it at one of its high points, because like when I bought Tesla, it was like $400, and so they're like, how are you making money with Tesla? But it's because they're buying it when it's at its highest point. It's when everyone starts to like tweet about it saying like, oh my god, Tesla, I'm making this much money from Tesla. That's when people think, oh my god, I need to get on it, and they need to buy it. And I fell for that. It's like FOMO. Like they're starting to have FOMO. They're like, holy shit, I need to get on this. And that's what I felt about Doge, and I screwed up. I regret it.
On my phone, I have probably like 300 price targets for
time
period that I don't know if they'll hit. And some of these prices, guys, I'm like surprised they hit. But sometimes, like Sasha said, I like to buy when people are freaking out. I get a satisfaction knowing that I got it at the best price possible.
Yeah, for sure.
It's to the point where I tell people, when people are panicking, you have to go and buy. Because when people go off and show off and say, oh, I got this, I got that.
Yeah, when they're celebrating, like...
Yeah, you'll see the big players take out the money, and then they're left just holding what's remaining, So, like Chris said, if you want to be safe, I tell people this. Look at what the top index funds are doing. Look at what the best ETFs are doing, and look at the holdings. Look at the top millionaire and billionaires, and I'm one of my Billionaires Boys Club. Because it's a club that... They don't want you to be a part of it. They don't tell you when they invest in for a reason, because they don't want you to copy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, too, if you're able to just invest in the top players in each industry, there's no reason why long term you won't be making money.
Yeah, it's so true. Like it's actually easy if you think about it. Just that like you get so like caught up. Well, at least I did.
It's psychologically hard for a lot of people.
That's literally it. That's it.
10K, 20K down. Like it's not easy for a lot of people to handle that. And then they start panicking.
But there you go. And it's like, I remember when we first started like opening back up, people are like, shit, I missed out on the 2020 March. If I had money right now, right now is your time. Like,
literally.
Who had that chest up saying, oh, guys, when I get this chance, I'm going to be ready. And it's time where this is the time. It's like for Corey and Michael Jordan. You'll see who is actually about that life, who was talking about it, and who legit has no idea what they're doing. And we'll only see the results 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and we'll see exactly like who was actually talking shit and who was about it.
It's true.
And when you invest long term, like you're less likely to panic, because like me right now, I'm down like just in crypto, like I'm down like 15K. So
oh my god.
But I'm not stressing that much, because at the time that I bought the Ethereum or the Bitcoin at that price, I was like satisfied with the price.
Yeah.
Or like I thought it was valued at that price. So I don't see a world where it's not going to go back up to those prices, to like my average prices. So like I'm not stressing over that. And a lot of people would be stressed when you see your portfolio and you're down 15K, but like until you actually sell and realize the loss, you haven't lost anything.
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding.
So
100%.
Don't sell, just wait it out. Because like, let's say, okay, if I actualize a 15K loss right now, then I fucked up.
Facts.
Yeah, then I've actually fucked up. But if you just wait it out, like let's say I lose a few more $1,000 at the end of the day, like I was already down 15K. I'm not gonna save the rest that's remaining. Like I'm not gonna save it. I'm just gonna let it go because I believed when I invested like that it's gonna go back up to those prices.
You know, and I'll give the perfect example. It's like I bought Square in 2017 at $17. It went up to 156. I sold it because I had to buy a property. So I used those funds to buy it. I bought it against Square. My average price was at what? 189 when it was at 200. Now the stock is at, last time I checked, $79. Did I sell anything? No. And like Chris said, sometimes it's the belief in the bigger mission. If you know a asset is going to perform and it proved to you that it was capable of keeping these highs, it's not like Ethereum was say 4K for a day. No, it was at 4K for a long time.
Yeah, very long time.
You know, it kept its value at that price point. So if it goes down to 2,000, I think it was at 1,900. Why wouldn't you buy it? Same thing with Square.
It's just on sale, bro. It's just on sale right now.
There you go.
Half price, 50% off.
50%. 50%. If we get to Goodwill, okay, it's a different story. But it's at 50%. So right now it's time to bulk up and you legit wait. Because at the same time too, it's to a point where people need to understand that crypto and the stock market are the cousins. A lot of people like to say, oh, crypto decentralized, this and that. A lot of the big banks that you don't think invest in crypto are investing in crypto.
Oh, 100%.
A lot of the hedge funds you think don't invest in crypto, invest in crypto. So at the same time too, if you see a lot of millionaires and billionaires legit going for it, doing the same thing that you're doing, you shouldn't be scared because they have more risk too.
Yeah.
You know, if Warren Buffett has $1 million in Apple, why would I be worried if I have a
It's so true. Yeah, it's so true when you look at it like that.
Bro, like you said in last episode, just follow what the rich people do.
Yeah.
No, and I was just gonna say it's so crazy because like when I first bought Ethereum, it was like I think it was 2021 maybe in February, and it was like 1,800, I think, or something like that. And now it's basically the same price, no?
Yeah.
And I remember everyone was like holy shit, you got Ethereum at such a good price. Like I remember people saying that, and like, but literally it's back at that price. Like it's crazy. Anyways,
that's good, bro. Like it makes complete sense. It's all fun. Everything is good.
Yeah. The only thing I have is that I don't have enough cash.
Me
like,
too.
Like Rick posted that shit. It's like, yo, all you need is 500 M's. All you need is 500 M's. I wish, because legit, this is the time where I'm like, damn, bro.
Me too.
Again,
my entire problem in life is not having enough capital to invest in as much as I want to invest in. Like that's always been my issue.
You see,
I feel like that's a lot of people's issue.
Basically.
Is it Chris Johnson that says go broke investing?
I think so.
Yeah. You know, and I used to be that dude that used to buy a shirt for $200.
Oh, me too.
Satisfied with it. You know, now it's like to a point where
I'm very guilty of that.
You know, I don't feel good enough if I don't put $250 in my stock account. You know, like I have to, and I wish I could put more. Like if you're able to put $500 per month for 30 years, you become a millionaire.
Yeah.
You know, so it's about having that patience, and like Nipsey said, it's really a marathon. You have to have like 2020 like horse vision.
Yeah.
Full on.
No, it's so true. And like even Chris Johnson, like I think he said once, like he was like, oh, I never bought a pair of shoes that was more than $100 like for the past 10 years. And like I bought like a bunch of shoes, like a bunch of Nikes back in the day that were like way more than $100. And so like we just need to really adopt that mindset of like, because like look at Chris Johnson now, he has every pair of Jordans, like he has everything now, you know, and like he sacrificed 10 years of his life of like not having those luxurious things so that he can live the way that he's living now. So you just have to kind of adopt that long-term mindset.
Yeah, because I hustled backwards so badly, you know, and especially like when you start off a new corporate job, you're making a lot of money. And you're not used to having that money, like you blow it off. Completely. And a lot of the clothes I bought while I was making good money is that a lot of luxury brands, those are still the clothes I wear today. But people are like, oh, you're making money, now you're using your money to buy those clothes. I'm like, no, I'm I bought the clothes already. I'm just using my money now to reinvest more. But if I would have done it properly or the proper way, I would have bought on my assets, and my assets would pay for all the things I want.
Yeah, so you did it backwards.
Yeah, hustle backwards badly.
It's all good. As long as you're not doing it anymore, you know?
Yeah, no.
It's all about the information. Like there's people who grow up knowing these things because of their parents. Like it's passed down the information, or it's like at family gatherings, like they talk about different things, the people that have more money and more assets. So like if you just had known before, then you would have probably done it. Like I didn't know any of this before. Like
me neither.
Yeah. And it's because no one is gonna reach out to teach it to you. Like you have to go figure it out. And like especially if you don't have like a rich parents or like a rich family, like you have to go figure it out yourself. And so it's just information. Like information is more valuable than
it's so true
than money, because with information you can make money.
Yeah, you know, especially like where parents are. I know my parents went to like a public high school. Those are the type of like courses they teach in school. There wasn't the internet back then to tell you, oh, this is what rich people do. You know, so anybody who's under 40, you're living in a generation where we grew up with the internet, and the information is only a Google question away. You know, and I tell people like, legit, if it wasn't for Google, if it wasn't for YouTube, I wouldn't have all these things going for me now. So it's to the point where, like Chris said, the information is out there. You just have to be able to decipher what is good information, what is bad information, and what you found it at, and just stay consistent with that.
But have schools adapted like now? Like obviously we're not in school, but like are they?
I think some.
Florida's like making like a financial literacy program, but
that's really good.
It's you're taught at home, you know, and legit for me, that's my whole purpose of being able to make it, go say not affordable, but accessible to everybody, to be able to at least have the basics, because most people in their 30s don't have life insurance.
No,
you know, like you should have life insurance, you know, and that's to the point where some people don't even know how. Some people don't know what NSF is. That's not supposed to happen, you know. So it's basic terms, and it's like, you know, working at a bank, we all worked at, you know.
I'm really grateful to have learned like at least some of those things.
Yeah, like some people don't know what interest is. And
the amount of people that were like, I'm not even judging, but because like I never knew before I started working at the bank, but the amount of people that would call, and I had to explain, like I had to dumb it down so much to explain it. But and like at the time I would be like annoyed, but then I was like, wait a minute, if I didn't work here, I wouldn't have known these things either, you know. And who knows when I would have actually started learning these things, because I guess I'm lucky to have learned those things from just working at a bank. But there's a lot of people, like you'd be surprised, but there's people that are in their 40s, even 50s, who don't understand these things. So it's crazy. Like I guess we're lucky now that at least we have the internet, but some people still don't even know that they can learn these things properly on the internet, or they just don't have, like, they don't feel like they have the time, or they don't care, maybe. I don't know.
I think it's a mix of both.
Yeah,
I think it's, you, like, at least for me, you really need to love it. Like I love waking up, looking at charts, reading latest news, looking at what analysts are saying. Some people don't like doing that, you know, and that's okay. But for me, my problem is, if you're gonna do that, don't complain about it. That's my issue. Is that if you don't want to learn, and that's okay, just don't complain, saying, "Oh, the system." Yes, there's gonna be a system, but there is a possibility for you to make a living and make a fortune for yourself if you're following the right information.
Yeah.
So I think people, like Sasha said, I don't want to call it laziness, maybe like an unwillingness to open the mind up to new information.
Yeah, for sure. I just wish that when I started working, like I've been working for so long, and I just wish that somebody would have told me to like save my money or like maybe not invest it when I was 16. Actually, you know what? Even investing it when I was 16, that would have been great. But like I think about the amount of money that I had, like that I was making since I was 16, that literally went nowhere. Like it went to like clothes, shoes, food. And it's just like, it makes me so sad, because I'm like, holy shit, that could have been so much money. Imagine if Wealthsimple would have existed and there was like an easy way to invest, or if somebody would have just told me to go to the bank and invest my money. Oh my God, I could have had so much money by now.
but you see, and it's funny you said go to the bank, because I know a lot of people that have TFSAs, RSPs, They'll go to the bank, the advisor will say, okay, pick out your risk tolerance.
Oh my God, I hate
Low, high, and medium. And, you know, some people don't know this, but a lot of mutual funds invest in private prisons. You know, a lot of the mutual funds invest in bonds that are crappy. So I tell people, instead of making money because I know this girl, she had like $4,000 in a TFSA.
Yeah.
She had $60 that was actually of profits. The rest was her just like putting money every 2 weeks. So depending on the type of TFSA you have, it could just be a glorified savings account.
Yeah, basically.
If you're able to, that's what I tell people, index funds, at least you're participating in what the market has, and you land the best companies in the world and the best CEOs work for you to actually make you money.
Yeah, I think when I was like 20, I went to the bank and they're like, oh, like you can open a mutual funds. And then they're like, well, how much risk do you want to take? And then they're like, if you take the risky one, like you can lose all your, like they were scaring the shit out of me. So like, I don't even know which level I chose. I think I chose kind of in the middle because I was like, okay, I'm trying to do something with my money. And I think I was like 19 or 20 at this point. But like, I didn't understand anything. Like they're telling me like I literally had no idea what they were telling me. It was like a financial, like an investment advisor or something at a bank, but I literally like had no idea what was even in the mutual, like what was I even investing in. I have no idea. So like I feel like if only they would teach us basic, like entry level basic investing, like at least I would have had an idea, you know, because I was just like, I'm not making any, like in my head I was like, oh, it's gonna help me make money, but then like nothing was happening really. Like I think it would give me like 2 cents here and there, you know, and then I was like, this is pointless, so then I just closed it down basically.
But you know what, I tell people the easiest way to make money is look what you use every single day. You know, and we worked at a bank, we know how many people have 4 credit cards, 8 MasterCards, and they'll have 2 American Express, and they'll be like, yo, I have 30,000 or like 50,000 in debt, you know. And the best companies are the companies that nobody talks about. You know, people talk on the iPhone every single day, have the AirPods every single day.
Yeah.
Don't have any Apple stocks, but they'll have the latest phone.
Yeah, it's so true. Like it's right in your face. Like it's in front of you.
Using Word every single day, using Outlook every single day is sometimes the things right in front of you that make the most money. So, and I'll tell people there's this company called Waste Management. It's a disposable garbage. It's a garbage company essentially. They pick up recycling trash. They've been up for the year up 12% while everything's down. So sometimes Costco, Walmart, there's a bunch of boring, not sexy companies that make money. Sometimes it's just looking at what you buy every single day, looking to see where you're able to actually budget that out. So some of these stocks are a bit more expensive, but like Chris said, if you want to participate in that while putting a big amount, there's ETFs that have all those stocks included for under $200.
Yeah.
Damn, that was a long conversation about crypto and stocks.
You know, needed.
There's a lot to say.
That's true, a fact. It's true. Like
that's a fact.
But what, Charles? You wanted to talk about the F1 or something?
Yeah, I just want to talk about this quick because it's first off, I'm having FOMO right now because I didn't go. And
when is it? It already passed.
Yeah, well, there was one in Miami last week.
Yeah, my cousins are freaking out about it.
Everybody was there.
Yeah,
everybody was there.
It's like Formula One, right? Like cars.
Yeah, Formula One. So for people who don't know it, Formula One, it's a race. Everybody played it at some point. If you didn't have a PlayStation, you probably played it on the Xbox or if you're really old, on Nintendo 64. But yeah, they had it mostly in Europe. Now they had one as well in Montreal. But for the first time, they had one in the US. So they're really trying to get to the US market. There's going to be one in Miami. And it's going to be one in Las Vegas in November. And when they're big cities like that, obviously the stars are going to come out. But the reason I want to talk about, especially like I've been going to the F1, like in Montreal, was last 4 years. And now, guys, I wasn't an F1 fan before I went. It's just that for me, it was just like, for people who don't know, there's a lot of big cities, there's a lot of big stars, there's a lot of celebrities that come out. And for me, it's a great way to turn up. But what I realized this time around is that looking at the Miami scene is how much business was going on, how many people were going to restaurants, how many people were networking. And even if it's not F1, it could be the Super Bowl, it could be All-Star Weekend. Sometimes you don't need to be a high roller to be able to go to these events. Sometimes just going around your city, if you're able to go on and talk to people around, You never know who could potentially be there to provide you insider business opportunities, etc. So sometimes it's just getting out of your comfort zone, being able to communicate with other people, and you never know what types of business opportunities could be aligned for you.
Yeah, it's so true. I'm like waiting for like the moment for Montreal to have some type of event where I can meet people, like I guess people in Montreal, because like it's just easier to like I guess meet people here. But I'm just waiting for like someone to organize. We should do it, but I'm waiting for someone to organize like a networking event of like it doesn't even have to be only like business owners and people that are into like financy things, but anyone who's just like I guess in that kind of world. I think it would be so cool. And like I guess when you're surrounded by people like that, it like helps motivate you to be more, I don't know, to like keep, I don't know, just give you more ideas of your business and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm just waiting for someone to do that. But I guess we could do it. we need to organize this, guys.
Yeah, I need to network more.
I network a lot online, but I find like networking online is not as like personal. Like you don't connect with the people as much. So like I think an in-person one would be super cool because I love networking. It's like I've always been somebody on networking on social media and stuff. And I, like I said, I think it would be better in person.
You know, and I tell people, because I went to business school and like some of the things they teach you is that a lot of people will go networking, telling people or looking for people and looking what they could do for them. But one of the best advice I was told is that go find people and tell them what you could do or ask them how you could help them instead of looking to see how you could receive help.
Yeah.
And I think that will bring you a lot further. Because sometimes, especially in this society, we're very transactional. Okay, I do this for you, do this for me, and then we're good.
Yeah.
But sometimes you could be in a position where you could just give as much gems as possible and network with as much people as possible. And by being a good person and being someone who just provides value, you don't know. You may not have the money to be involved in a lot of deals, but by adding value, you can be involved in these types of conversations.
And people will like remember you more because they'll remember that you were like going out of your way to like you said, give free things or whatever. So it'll make you more of a memorable person as well. So they'll like, I don't know, they'll remember you if they follow you somewhere and then they like keep in contact with you. They'll always have that in the back of their mind, you know?
Yeah, you have to bring something to the table. You can't just go like, or you could just go and soak up as much information as possible. But like, yeah, like you said, Charl, it's better to be able to bring something to the table so that people know, okay, he knows about this thing. If I need something about this, he knows about that.
Yeah.
And yeah.
You know, you don't have to, like Chris said, it's obviously better if you have a skill set that you could say, oh, I'm a photographer, this and that. But I know a lot of people who are in the club industries and they just know everybody. And sometimes being the guy who knows everybody could bring you a lot further.
That's true. Yeah.
If you know somebody for a speaker, if you know somebody for headlights, or if you just know a lot of people in general, use that to your advantage, you know. And I tell people, especially F1 is coming around next month. So at least for me, I go out normally on Friday, I go out on Saturday, and then afterwards I'll have a bunch, not just like party, but now it's more of a place where I'm like, okay, let me be strategic and let me see where there is opportunities to see like business people or people who.
Damn, you're making me want to go.
You should.
And you know what's crazy? F1 always falls on the weekend of my birthday, like always, every year. I swear it's either the weekend before my birthday or the weekend after. But my birthday this year's on a Sunday, like next month, so I'm sure that it's gonna be that weekend, probably.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'm going to F1. Oh, yeah, okay. I think it's on the 16th.
Yeah, 16th, 17th, and then the 18th.
Okay, it's like the weekend right after my birthday. Yeah, now I want to go. Like I used to always see, like honestly, I used to always see it downtown, and I was like, oh my god, these people are blocking the streets, and I would be annoyed because it was just like so busy, you know. But like,
you know, and the funny thing is, once I went to a club on F1 weekend, and a random night, we're going, and then you know who came to DJ? Virgil.
No way.
Virgil came to DJ.
That's crazy.
Like, R.I.P. Virgil, but that's just tell you at what point you never know who you're gonna run into. And I remember one year
it's so true.
Will Smith came, Tom Brady, Robert De Niro. I'm not saying I'll meet all these people, but okay, here's a trick. You want to know how you get involved with these types of people? Get into contact with the valet. My brother used to work at BMW, and sometimes a lot of the hockey players for the Montreal Canadiens used to drop off their cars. And you get to know exactly who's coming, who has money, etc. So by being cool with the valets, that tells you exactly if you should be around that place of business or not. And that's one of the types of, one of the strategies I'm going to use this weekend to like network and be able to be like my people. Because I think, as we mentioned in episode 1, it's nice to have your circle, but sometimes it's nice to also seek mentorship from people who are a bit more established as well, and see how
100%,
their vision could fall into yours, and see where there's probably like some synergy there to go forward also.
Yeah, it's so true. And I feel like now that me and Chris, especially now that we're both self-employed, like I swear I don't speak to anyone. Like I don't have I don't have coworkers anymore. Like I used to meet so many different people from having coworkers because I've worked like so many different jobs. And like also when I was in school, like I would meet so many different people. But now it's like, now that all I do is like my only thing in life is that I'm self-employed. Like I don't meet, although I do meet people through like the internet and stuff, which is cool, but that's the like literally the only people that I meet, and typically they're from different countries, so it's hard for me to actually build like a strong relationship with them. So yeah, like me too, I want to start meeting people like I guess more locally. So yeah, we need to organize a networking event.
Should we do it this summer?
Yeah, we really should. We honestly should, because like, and it's not just us that want this. Like there's so many people that I've spoken to in Montreal who feel the same way as us. We're like,
because we're not the only ones who are self-employed and that are in this situation where like,
there's so many people that they're like, I want to meet other like-minded people, and like and they think the same thing as us, that there's no one, but there's individuals everywhere in Montreal that feel the same way, just no one has brought them all together. We need to bring the whole group together and like have, I think it would be really cool.
I'm down. And you know what this gives
me? Let's make
it
happen.
Shout out to Jay-Z. You know, I don't know if you guys saw, but like he has like a Rock Nation brunch where he just brings a bunch of people.
Yeah, for sure.
Every single night. I'm not saying we have to do something like that, but having people from different industries just share value. And you know, like sometimes you never know if you're missing something, or if just one piece of information could just legit change your whole perception of everything. So I think I'm down for the idea.
Yeah, and it's really cool. Like I met like most of the people that I'm talking about that I met who are like-minded, it's mostly people that I've taught like how to do Amazon. And so like that, like a lot of them were like into real estate or like into stocks and stuff like that. And like they all kind of feel the same way. Like obviously if they're interested in, you know, starting a business with Amazon, they're kind of interested in similar things. And so like there's so many different things you can learn. Like there's people that are like experts in real estate they're giving me some tips, and then I'm giving them tips on how to sell on Amazon. And like it's just like that connection that you can build with so many different people who do different things.
Sheesh.
Me too. Like some of my students, like they help me, and like it's weird, like because you help someone and then they want to help you back without you.
Yeah, so they're giving you like
I have some of my students like giving me like advice on real estate, and like mainly real estate, because now I have something with real estate, but so they just reach out and they give advice, and like it's. When you help someone, I think they're more willing to help you back as well.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah.
You know, and I get to tell people right now, kindness is like a superpower. If you're being extra nice, and I think that's a great strategy for Sasha, because during the pandemic, especially on Twitter, Sasha was giving just a bunch of values, just sharing own experiences too. And that even while Sasha asking, a lot of people just naturally just gravitate to her and just provide her the opportunity to widespread her message. So I think that if you're just genuine about being kind and wanting to help people, that energy is going to be put back into you afterwards.
Yeah. As soon as you think of like, what's in it for me, you're already like in the wrong
100%
train of thought. Like just give like your information as much as possible, and then it'll come back eventually.
Yeah, you know, it's that we talked. Well, my rant was providing information, but not being able to be excessively taken advantage of. You know, and that's something where
there's a line that has to
I'm trying to find that balance to be like, I'm gonna help you the whole way, but
it's hard.
You know, sometimes people are so willing or so used to you giving them gems, and then afterwards, you become like a handicap for them that they can't do anything on their own while having to speak to you also.
Yeah, that's so true.
I'm still trying to find that balance.
Yeah, I never thought of it that way, but it's so true.
I'm telling you, 2021, that was my year. Like legit, like, because especially like Chris said, sometimes you want to do kind of for me, I get joy like seeing people start from here and gradually taking steps to like improve the situation. So sometimes it's like, okay, well, I see you went here. I know you have the potential to go here. But sometimes it's like by taking your energy and pouring into them, you don't pour into yourself. And for me, it was like hard to pour into everybody and then not pour into myself the way I wanted to also.
Yeah, me too. I've had like situations where I felt like that too.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. And especially like, at least for all of us, this is all new. So like you're learning on the fly and it's not like somebody who tells you, okay, I did this, you do this. And you'll be okay. It's like really like, especially for all of us, it's like a lot of trial and error and then figuring out what works.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have any other topics or?
No, I think we can wrap up because like we've talked a bit about everything we wanted to talk about. So we'll keep it short and sweet for today. So
yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, I've been Chris.
So was the outro.
I can do the outro, I guess. Do you guys want to try?
We'll see you next week, guys.
I'm done. We did the same thing. I'm done. That's so funny.
I think me and you are the same thing. I do the peace sign.
Yeah,
I feel
me
so
too.
awkward.
Me too.
I just got
Me too. I'm like, hi guys.
All right, well, guys, it was a great third episode. No, I can't. I need to redo it. I don't even know what to say. Like,
I can try.
Guys, if you've made it this far, leave a comment. Write like, I don't know, hi, and just leave a comment if you made it this far. And it was. Damn, I feel like we've regressed back to like episode 1, bro.
I'm so dead. I'm crying. That's so funny. Holy shit.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and we'll see you next week.
Oh, true, because now we're on YouTube. Like, so now we have to say that we have to like and subscribe.
Yeah, like, subscribe, leave a comment. All right, guys, it was an interesting conversation. We'll see you guys next week. Don't forget to like, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, tell your mom, tell everybody.
See you next week. Or talk to you next week.
We're good. We're good.
It's a wrap. Just be like, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap, guys. Sorry, guys. It's a wrap.